money.
All right, thanks for joining us again for another AM Dynasty, the podcast. Appreciate you joining us this time and every single time. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. Good morning, wherever you're at. Afternoon or evening, whatever time of day it is. Whether you're at work, rushing to work, in the car, or just hanging out for the day, chilling with the family. Hope you're having a good one. Appreciate you bringing your listening ears and you giving us your attention. Today we got our co-host over here with us today, Mazi. How you doing today, Mazi?
I'm good. I'm maintaining. Happy to be here. It's a beautiful thing going on. It's a new year, the beginning of a fresh one, and making the most out of it.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to be here, and thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, good brother. We're gonna be linking up and doing this a whole lot more in the future. So we got you here for this AM Dynasty, the podcast, where today we're going to be talking about, we're going to continue our series that we've had going on, talking about everything related to business and small business. And for this episode, this is going to be entitled Community Advocacy in Business. Community Advocacy in Business. So we're going to be talking a little bit where business and community advocacy goes together. As you know, just like yourself, myself, we have small businesses, our different entrepreneurial endeavors, whether from AM Dynasty and some of our other business endeavors. And we not only try to make money, but we try to reach out to the community, and we try to, make our brand we try to make our brand as first class as possible, and see if we can give back, as well as, as for-profit businesses we take from the community. We want to make sure we give back as well. So we decided for this podcast to talk a little bit about community advocacy and small business. I wanted to touch on a couple of different subjects. Tell me what you think about it. The kind of different ways for you listeners out there, if you have small or growing businesses, or just your business idea is just an idea right now. We want to just kind of give you some food for thought, things to think about, how you can promote your business in a way that's beneficial for not just you, but for the community. So one way that you could, for you entrepreneurs out there that's listening, that you could, where business and community advocacy goes together, we're talking about different ideas that you can promote your business while working with the community. One of the ways would be to work with nonprofits. So, like one of the businesses we have, we work actually for a nonprofit, for profit. Our company is for profit, but we work for a nonprofit, and we try to figure out here at some point, once we get kind of settled in, to work with the nonprofit, doing some work with them for free. Have our work staff kind of work with them in some of their nonprofit endeavors for the community. And that's just a way we could do some community outreach and help them, do some things that also helps our brand, and also a way to give back to the community. So another one is like food giveaways. If you have a company, one way that your business could assist the community is to participate in like food giveaways. Just because you're a for-profit business, you could participate in food giveaways for your community. That's one way where business and community advocacy come together. What do you think about that one, Mazi?
Well, honestly, so my viewpoint on that is, when it comes to small businesses and a relationship with the community, I mean, we're in a day and age now where people say a lot of things. People say all the right things to get the credibility that they're looking for.
Right.
But I also think we're in a day and age where people nowadays, and me speaking as those people, we're looking for something with substance, more than just words. With the community, we want to see something where these small businesses, when they say things, almost kind of, so to speak, it puts your money where your mouth is. and it would be, things like it's important. The things that we see every day. Homelessness. people that's out there in the streets, man. You know what I mean? And that's just a horrible thing. You know, so I mean, just as far as working hand in hand to get that situation under control, because if you have enough people on the same page, on the same accord, then you know what I mean. Then if you get enough people moving in the same direction, you're going to get better results. You know what I mean? But it's just time for people to actually start meaning what they're saying. So providing food to homelessness, shelters,
right,
clothing.
I agree.
Resources. Just having resources in general.
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually going to be one of my another way that I was going to suggest that businesses, like even our small business, can assist with community advocacy programs as far as assisting with helping out with the homelessness that we have, whether it be from passing out clothing,
mm-hmm.
whether it be food giveaways. We work closely with a nonprofit that does have a community kitchen as well. And now we are a for-profit company, but we want to at some point get our work staff out here to some of the participate in some of the food giveaways that they have. And I noticed too that this particular nonprofit that we work for, some of the people for the homeless, they actually come inside the facility and they say, man, you guys got any blankets? You got this, that, socks? In the facility, I know that these guys are really good. They give these homeless people socks and stuff like that. And this is over the last couple of months where it was wintertime, and I was just amazed. And I said, you know what? I want our company to be able to participate in some of these type of endeavors. That's why we're doing this podcast right now. So when you say that, we're right on the same page, right in line with what you're talking about. And that's the way where not just our company, but small business in general can work with community advocacy programs to, affect the community positively instead of just being for profit and take from the community. So that's some good ideas.
Because that's why a lot of these communities, including my community, It's why it's also common why these communities is in the situation that we're in now. Because everyone is just for the money. That's it.
Absolutely.
Just for the profit, and no one is actually caring no more. There's a whole lot of not caring and a whole lot of me.
Right.
And if we get just a percentage, if we get to get a percentage back of people caring, and actually try to do something, they want to do the part to a small percentage. No one has to do it all. That's the beautiful thing about it. We're all a part of this. We all see the same thing. So they want to pitch in and do the things that, anything helps. Anything helps. Anything is better than just words.
I agree.
So, so I think if we bring that kind of positive energy, just keep building on top of that, then we can bring those kind of results that we want to see. The best things in life comes from putting in that effort, putting in that work.
I agree.
Putting in that work.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the best things in life are free, just to kind of help some people. And it could be, and that's the other thing too. It would be really cool if all businesses, the majority of businesses would participate in some type of community advocacy endeavor. Not just during the holidays or during a certain time of the year, not just for branding purposes, but it would be good if companies did more of that. And I actually don't think it's anything wrong. If you're out there and you have a small business, a big business, a growing business, you're aspiring to be in business, this is not just something that I wouldn't say that you should just do this just to help somebody else. I'm saying that it's good branding for your company to be involved with community advocacy. And this AI, and it could be a good way to brand your business. Out here in California, there's many companies. I think Ben and Jerry ice creams and all kind of other companies where they brand using products, serving their products in containers that are biodegradable. There's companies that participate in making sure that the food or whatever that they're serving doesn't have chemicals in it or things that's harmful to people, and they sell that as a brand. Hey, I admire that. I think that's if you're gonna brand something, that's the best way to brand. Look, we're doing something good. What you think about that?
I mean, you gotta tip your hat to it. You have to tip your hat to it, because here's the thing about it. With companies, whether it be a small business or a big business, no matter what it is, as a business, there's gonna always be a platform.
Right.
There's always gonna be a platform.
Right.
It's gonna be more of a platform than this what the average person alone would have. There's gonna be more of an outreach. So when you have companies, when you have businesses, and that's just connected to these type of topics, and that's always a win. That's always a win for everybody. And I'm a big advocate for that. I think it should be more. I think it should be more of that. I really think it should. It would really help improve the situation that needs improved on.
I absolutely totally agree.
I do too. I do. Because you know what? I found this out in life. When you're saying the right thing, when you're saying the very thing that's the truth, it's the core of it, and it's the thing that we're all thinking. Because what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We all want the same things in life. When we're all thinking that right, that the positive thing, the thing that needs to be done, it all makes sense. It always does.
Absolutely.
It always does.
I totally agree with everything you say right there. Another thing that we have is neighborhood cleanup events. Now, these are things where you don't have to be a Fortune 500 huge company out there. You could be a small, growing, aspiring company that's looking to market and advertise your business. These are things that you could do to market and advertise your company. It's a win-win for everybody. You're involved in community cleanups, and you're marketing and advertising. Look, our company believes in this. We believe in cleaning up our local community. And you could brand that as a company. So, what do you think about that one?
I think that's true. See, and that's the beautiful thing about this whole scenario. There's a lot of good that could come from out of it. The first, of course, the number one objective is the improvement of the neighborhoods, of the community.
Absolutely.
But then it doesn't stop there, because I believe in the people who's behind it and supports that. I feel like that is a good branding. That's what you want branded. There's a lot of things that get branded out there. I mean, everything, any and everything gets branded.
Right.
I can't think of a better thing to brand. I mean, why not that? Let's make being positive cool again. Let's make positive things cool again. Everything else. So I all the way support that. That makes complete sense to me. And if it makes sense, then we're going in the right direction.
I totally agree. Now, here's another one we have on our list. So we got neighborhood cleanup events, free community event cleanups, which is almost like the same thing. We got assist other small businesses, as in support, mentor other businesses. Now that right there, let me say this: our business, we have multiple different companies, and one of them is just starting to become profitable at this particular point. And we were in business for at least a whole year before we even started to make any money. And one of the first things we did, even a year before, we was in business a whole year before making any money. A year before that, what we was thinking about, starting the business, and we were just in the gathering information intel stage, the first thing I did is grab a mentor. Luckily, it was a friend of mine who we grew up together. He actually was in the same field that I was thinking about at that time getting into. He took me under his wing, mentored me, and I spoke about this on the previous podcast that we did recently. You know, during the stay-at-home shelter, he stayed on the phone with me over and over and over again, telling me every scenario to look out for with his 25 years of experience in business. So then I started my business, and he just continued to mentor me the whole way through. Even took me, drove me around, let me work at his company just to kind of show me how this particular company provides services. He actually let me work for his company for a couple of days, paid me, and I said, I'm not going to take the money. You already give me so much mentorship and information. I'm just good. You know, this is just more of an opportunity for me to learn. But and since then, so I got a mentor for me and my business as we were continue to grow, as we still are continue to grow. He still mentors me, and I gotta tell you, that's been invaluable. So many things, experiences we've gone through, so many hurdles that we've avoided, and just due to the fact that we knew what to expect because of our mentor took our business under his wing and coached us, supported us, and now we're in a position. I even tripped as we were looking for a sales associate for one of our companies now, and I just tripped like, man, I just learned how to really be my own sales associate for our company. And so when I speak to other people now who are have no sales associate experience, but they're thinking about being a sales associate for our company, and I could tell how they're kind of green, and I just think to myself like, wow, I mean, I look at myself as still being green, but I just see, man, I guess I have learned a little bit of something, because now I'm looking to take maybe not necessarily take people under my wing, but definitely coach them to how our company does business and show them this is the way that we kind of go about it from a sales associate perspective. So
that's big.
Yeah, so
that's a big thing right there.
Yeah, so I think so when I look at that as far as how I had never thought about it as a way to brand the company, but I think that that's another one for you ladies and gentlemen that's out there, small and growing entrepreneurs in your business. You could actually even brand that. Whereas, look, our company helps other small businesses that are in the same position as us. If there's any way that we can help, then let's network and let's work together. I connected just today on a social media website for businesses where there was another person who they reached out to me, just sent the email. We're in the same field. You would think we would be competing, but they reached out and we connected on the social media site, something like LinkedIn, and they just asked me, hey, how's business? Our business is going great right now. And they said, yeah, our business is kind of going through a slow time period, but we're looking to still kind of get it back going again. And just in that brief conversation, I was like, man, now who knows where this is going to go in the future? We may be able to exchange information, network. So all this information is just interesting from a branding, marketing, promotion standpoint that's still beneficial to something other than just yourself and your company. It's just interesting ways where helping community advocacy, helping somebody else to still help you and your business at the same time. So,
wow.
Yeah, another one we have on the list would be use your business to showcase your community, either on your website or Facebook. Now that's an interesting concept. What you think about that one, Mazi?
Using your business to showcase your community?
Yeah.
That's interesting right there. That's interesting. Because, now when you really look at that right there, you use your business to showcase your community.
Right.
That right there is what I would call, that's a multi-beneficial type of scenario.
Yeah.
Because if you think about that, you use your business to showcase your community. First and foremost, right, if you're using your business to showcase your community, that's going to bring exposure to your community.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
That's step one of it.
Yeah.
Now, step two, if your business is really successful and it's classy, It's well spoken of. People say good things about your business, and so that connects to that community. That connects to that community because people is going to say, "Oh wow, hey, such and such business is over there. Oh, and it's located over. People's going to. It's going to bring a lot of traffic. People's going to come over there to that business, so people's going to see that community often, and it's going to be something. It's going to put it in. It's going to put it in front view. People is going to put it in front view. When people see that community, they're going to say, "Oh, hey, that's where that business. That's where that one business."
Right.
It makes it. It brings a familiarity to it, and that's what we like.
I think that's
what
well said.
And especially when it's connected to something good.
I think
when it's connected to something positive, and that's a good thing for the business because that's a good branding. Because then I feel like it does a complete 360. It does a 360. It does for the community what it does for the business, and vice versa.
Absolutely well said. I think that's absolutely well said. And even as far as us here at AM Dynasty, that's something that we really pride ourselves in. We're Northern California natives. We try to show the best and brightest that our area, the Bay Area, has to offer. I mean, we love this place. We think it's one of the most beautiful places, awesome places on earth. The best weather, the best of so much, the best food. That's something that even as far as on our AM Dynasty broadcast, we're constantly, subconsciously and consciously, but it's so easy to just promote this place, promote the Bay Area, promote all the things that's going on here, promote all the opportunities that's here. So, even if it wasn't a community advocacy endeavor, it's just promoting the hometown. I mean, the hometown is a place to have some pride in, to love. I mean, it's affording us these opportunities. So, here, like I said, even right here at AM Dynasty, our broadcast and programming showcases a lot of the best of the Bay. And, we may be biased, but, we like to showcase the best of life. So wherever we at, wherever we going, wherever we been, we like to showcase that as well.
That's what it's all about, too.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about,
Yes, sir.
Life has a lot to offer, man. And I want to add to the Bay Area. The Bay Area is beautiful. It really is. The weather is it's crazy.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So that was one. We got and so another one would be two things as we keep it going. Donate school supplies and promote your local library. So I don't necessarily know how one would promote the local library. Maybe you have something on that, but donating school supplies, I mean, I can't knock that. I think that's a pretty good idea. You can make a commercial about it. I mean, the children get some school supplies. You get the market and promote. Like, look, we're doing a good thing. I don't knock any business promoting. You're in business. So if you're doing something for free to help somebody else, why not? That some people, that's a shameless plug, shameless promotion. I don't think it's anything wrong with that. You're in business to make money. So if you go out of your way to not necessarily make money, but instead go help somebody else, and all you get out of that is free promotion, no harm, no foul. That's the way I see it. What you think?
So, both of those scenarios, how I would like to describe those is, first and foremost, providing supplies to schools. That's a shoe-in. That's a shoe-in. That's a home run off the park. Mm-hmm. So it's a positive thing. You're helping the kids. That's self-explanatory. That's self-explanatory. You can't, and there's nothing wrong with the profit. There's nothing wrong with the profit at all.
Right.
And then I feel like the thing with the library, with that supporting that. So the first scenario is the shoe in, the home run out the park, and then the second one with the library, that one is the diamond in the rough.
Right.
And what I mean by that is the library is important. It's a very important thing.
Absolutely. Promote your local library. Promote your local library.
Yes, that's a very big thing.
Right.
You know, that's always they provide you resources. I mean, I don't
care
if you're a kid, a teenager, an adult. You know, I don't care if you just go in there just to charge your phone. You know what I mean? But they're just many of things they provide. A lot of information. When you talk to them, they're very resourceful. They're extremely resourceful, and of course, they got the computers there and things like that. You know, I always believe in supporting that. And then, you know, because a lot of the kids, you know, in the neighborhood, man, they don't have anything to do. They go out there to play on the computers, play video games, man. You know, it keeps them out of harm's way.
Absolutely.
You know, they could be out there doing anything. You know, the library is I think that's a good focal point of communities, and they should always be supported at all times. They should always be supported. I appreciate them and what they do, and they don't make a ton of money neither. You know, they don't make a ton of money, and I appreciate what those people do down there. Typically, 9 times out of 10, those are very good people with good hearts. So that's my viewpoint on both of those topics. But as far as supplying school supplies for schools and that, yes, all day, 24/7, absolutely. Business don't get no better than that. That's what you call good business.
Right.
That's what I call business with a purpose.
Absolutely.
You know, that's business with a purpose right there, and that's the kind of business right there. I support that all day. I don't even have to think it all the way out. I don't even have to hear the whole talk. The only thing I know is school supplies, kids. Like, we don't have to even say anymore. That's pretty much in a nutshell.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. You know, I didn't even think of all the. Not until you start talking did I start to think of all the different ways that small business and community advocacy works together in regards to promote your local library. You just touched on a lot of good subjects right there, Mazi, as far as beneficial ways that's beneficial to business. For you out there listening, for your small business, to promote your local library. You just said a lot right there. A lot of good ideas, a lot of good reasons, and a lot of good ways to that could be mutually beneficial for the library and your small business. So well said again.
Thank you, I appreciate that. You know, it's the things like that. You know, it just when you really think about those things. You know, we overlook a lot of different things and different. It's easy to say the things we don't have. You know, because especially in low-income neighborhoods, that, you know, you got a lot of things that we don't have, a lot of things that neighborhoods that have money, things that they might have access to, you know, it might not be like that, vice versa. So, but there's a lot of things that we do have access to, and I don't feel like we don't spend enough time talking about those things. And one of those things is like libraries, you know.
Right.
You can always find one of those.
Right.
You can always find one of those, and it's a priceless. It really is a priceless thing that's offered to us. And yeah, you know, we should always take that time to acknowledge that.
Absolutely. And another thing too, I will say is, I know probably in most places of the country, maybe librarians don't make that much money, and I don't know what they're making now. But I do know out here in Northern California, especially when I was really looking for work and jobs, and I would run across, okay, assistant librarian, this, and I'd be like, okay, great. This is probably something I could qualify for with GED. They're like, no, you need to have a bachelor's degree, you need to have this. And I'd be like, well, how much money do they make? Man, they're librarian. I'd be like, they making that much money to be a librarian? Good. I mean, I used to be like, I don't know, 40, 50. I mean, out here, I'm like, oh my goodness, they making so much money. I mean, I don't know what it is lately. So if you're a librarian and you ain't making no money, I apologize. But I just know that all I'm saying is when I was looking for a library, when I was working for Alameda County and working these certain jobs for the local government, and I would look online to see how much librarians out here was making, I was shocked all the time, over and over and over again, because they was making some good money. Now, another thing I will say is all the resources that the library has. I mean, and look, I'm a small business owner. So even not until you really start elaborating, when I first read that question, I don't know, how would I love to market, promote, especially if it could be a win-win for the community, not just for me and my for-profit businesses. If it's a way that my community could win as well, I'm so for that. I'm with that all day, 7 days a week, and twice on Sundays. But when I think about all the programs and all the things that the library has, they're constantly having either some type of classes or some type of things going on that's community advocacy type of events going on, whether it be reading programs or this or that. They have the computers you can use. All you need is your membership or library card or whatever they're using nowadays in regards to a library card. There's lots of resources there. There's books there. They have so many different things that your local library out there. So even as a small business, like I said, not until you start talking about it, I think, hey, there's many ways you can market and advertise and promote your local library that could be mutually beneficial for your local library and your small business out there, so that's a good
thing. The thing about it too with your local library, a lot of times you can promote your business there.
And there you go. Look at that. Exactly.
You can actually meet, and they're all for it too.
Yeah.
They're the ultimate team player.
Great, man. That's a great point.
They're all for it. They're really all for it.
That's a great point, Mazi. That's a great point. Didn't think of that one as well. You got that. That. That's a great point.
Absolutely. You promote your business at the library. Who doesn't see it? Everybody goes there. Absolutely. And from the kids to the adults, one way or another, it's going to be seen. And it's an awesome place. It's like, how you have that Swiss knife, has multiple tools.
Absolutely. Well said.
For different things in that library, it's a Swiss knife.
Absolutely. The library serves multiple purposes. So yeah, no matter what if you're a small business owner, I mean, there's such a vast variety of what you could possibly be having as a business, as a small business. Well, a library actually would be ideal, whether you're doing arts and crafts, whether you're providing goods and services. The library probably has providing some type of service that could fit your business in regards to promoting your local library. They're probably doing something that relates to your small business. So yeah, I guess we could stay on that for days. And then, and then of course it makes perfect sense. It's the library. How can you go wrong with the library? Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, you're a fool if you're not the library. That's like
it's the things that we all knew about since we was kids.
Yeah.
We all know about it.
That's like chicken. If you don't like chicken, something is wrong with you. Okay, something is wrong with you. All right, so so we got moving on. We got work with local school programs. And I mean that's kind of self-explanatory. As far as a school giveaway, donating school supplies, working with local school programs. Obviously, that would be, that's going to be a win-win right there. Any which way you can help the children, especially from the particular communities that don't have it as good as some of the more well-financed school communities out there. Obviously, that would be a win-win. So we got promote healthy habits like hydration. Now that's another pretty good one right there as far as just your business as a marketing tool, a marketing campaign in regards regards to working with community advocacy programs or having a community advocacy approach for your business, promoting healthy habits like hydration would be a pretty good idea. You could have, some type of ad campaign going on where, your company advocates for whatever, exercising, hydration, whatever, getting checked out for at the hospital for whatever. What do you think about that?
I think this is all good categories. Hydration, exercising, anything that's dealing with health. You know what I mean? Because health is an important topic for any human being, no matter who you are. I especially feel like with exercising, especially that.
Right.
In today's day and age, especially right now, coming out of that pandemic, being on lockdowns, and that was a time where everything, breakfast, lunch, and dinner was being ordered. DoorDash and all of that kind of stuff blew up. Everybody was ordering everything. A lot of fast food being eaten. Fast food is already a big thing, and so in a lot of those fast foods and that is not going to give you the vitamins and protein or all the nutrients that your body needs. So health is a really big thing, and you don't have a lot of physical activity going on anymore. So exercising, that has a spot in my heart right there. I think that's a real big one. Exercising is a very, very big one. Exercising is not only good for the physical, but it's also good for the mental too. It's also good for the mental. It'll get the kids away from being in front of a screen all day. You exercise, you move around a little bit, get your blood flowing, and I think that's important. And I think for a small business to advocate for that, to promote that, to push for that, that like you said earlier, that's a win-win. You can't lose. You can't lose. That's what you want. That's what you want to attach your name to. That's what you want your name attached to, right there. That kind of stuff right there. Any decent human being, at least. That's what you would want your name attached to. And those things is important. And not only is it important to the youth, it's important to any and everybody. Exercising is always a good thing. It is good for the mental, physical, just all around good health. Yeah, so I agree with that. I think that's an important thing. I think that connection between the two is an important, and that brings me back to saying with the small businesses, they have that platform. They say they have that platform where they can position yourself. Whether it be that commercial, or whether it be that billboard, or whether it's just that clip, in a newspaper, whatever it might be, they have that platform where they can reach an audience. And it's what you're reaching out to that audience with, it's the content that you're reaching out to them with, is what's important. That's the important part right there, the substance. And to be able to spread a message like that out, to spread that around, exercising at night, wow, that's an awesome seed. That's an awesome seed to plant right there.
Absolutely, I agree. I remember, I think when Bill Clinton was in office, he used to go get McDonald's in the morning, and then he'd be like walking. I think he was like, I can't remember, I think he was doing jogging every day or walking or something like that. Then I remember when Obama was in office, I think Michelle Obama was doing like exercise. She was doing a workout program. I think because the children, to make sure that children exercise or whatever. So, I think that was marketing campaign. I think it was some first lady. Was it the first lady? Yeah, first lady duties or whatever. But it's still something that you may not like. These politicians, you may not agree with them in politics, but something is wrong with you if you go against exercise. They're promoting exercise. I'm against that. Then you a fool. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Lastly,
you gotta re-examine everything.
Exactly. Now, real quick, as we've been going on for a minute, the last three is there's going to be three more left. One is going to be set up or volunteer at a community garden. Okay, I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. I'm just going to say the last 3 or 4 real quick, and you tell me what you think about it. Set up or volunteer at a community garden. Acknowledge the achievements of others in your community. I like that one. Sponsor great art and sponsor local sports team. Yeah. So out of those 4, which one do you like the best? If you had to choose one, I'll say it again. Set up or volunteer at a community garden. Acknowledge the achievements of others in your community. Sponsor great art or sponsor local sports team. Imagine that to be with the youth.
First and foremost, each one of those are very important. I like all of those. I really do.
Yeah.
But if I have to pick one, I'm gonna have to go with acknowledging the achievements of others in the community. That's a heavy one, right? Because that's a big one.
I agree.
That's a very big one. And the reason why I say that, the reason that's a big one, because you figure when you think of the community, when you think of neighborhoods, a lot of the times, by the time it makes it to the news, it's usually the same. It's always the same feedback. It's this and that and the third going on. You got murders, you got shootings, and that. It's always doing. You don't really hear too much. By the time you get done watching the news or get done reading about it, or however you look at the news, and that, by the time you're done with it, you're drained afterwards.
Right.
But in all reality, though, there's a lot of good things that's going on in the community that no one mentions. Or they don't get enough light shined on them, because that's not what people are setting out to hear. The media, their approach to it is confusion and chaos, and that's what everybody wants to hear. That's newsworthy, as they would say. But in all reality, though, there's some good things going on. There's a lot of good things going on out there. There really are. They're just not mentioning. They just don't get the light of day. I think that's important to acknowledge that. I think if there's different achievements and different things that's going on in the neighborhood, I think that should be acknowledged and allow that seed to grow. To bring light to that and see what direction that goes into, instead of just turning a blind eye to it and not caring. It's so easy to contribute to any of the negativity that goes to the community and that, but the person that takes the time to choose to do something that's really, in my opinion, newsworthy, or of a good deed, something noble, or any kind of achievement, I think that should always be acknowledged.
Man, let me say this, Mazi. You just touched on something that's absolutely great, because that's one of our goals here at AM Dynasty, is that sometimes, for whatever reason, the news tends to focus on a lot of negativity. I think it kind of adds to the stress in the community, adds to the stress in the family. When I hear about people that look at news all day, I it makes me kind of cringe. And one thing that we want to do with our platform is to promote a lot of the positive things that are constantly going on. Good things, people, places, and good things always happen in our community that doesn't get the shine. It doesn't really get the shine as much as negativity. So, and I think that sticking with the theme, our business, AM Dynasty, our other businesses, I don't think it's anything wrong with doing something positive and promoting that. I think that's a good story. That's something that's positive. It's a win-win for all. It's good vibes. It's good efforts. It's good benefits to all involved. So on that, we're gonna close it right there. I think you pretty much just said it all right there. That is definitely the way to go. That's definitely the way we believe, and that's what we want to do with our network as well. We want to go against, just constantly promoting and talking about negativity. I mean, it's all important to we talk about trending topics, we talk about relevant topics, we talk about interest. You talk to and with and about interesting people, places, and things. But I think the common thing we want to stay rolling with is to promote a lot of the positive people, places, and things that's going on in our worldwide community all the time. So it's always positivity that's out there that need to be highlighted, because we don't have to look far for the negativity to constantly be promoted. So well said, right on. And with that, my brother, we really appreciate you for joining us again for this AM Dynasty podcast. We think this is going to be enlightening for a lot of you that's out there, especially if you're small business growing or aspiring entrepreneur, small business owners, ways that you can promote and connect with where community advocacy and business work together. So these are just a couple of ideas. Let us know what you think in the comment section about some of the suggestions that we've gathered so far. And don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, AM Dynasty. Support AM Dynasty. We'll be back again doing a whole lot more of these and continue our small business podcast, where we talk about a wide array and a variety of subjects as far as pertaining to small business and even other subjects with our co-host Mazi. So yeah, thanks for joining us again, Mazi. And before we get out of here,
I appreciate that.
What you got anything you want to close out with before we get out of here, Mazi?
Man, I just want the audience, everybody, to be easy, one day at a time, and just be safe out there. You got a lot of different things going on out there, and don't believe everything you see and don't believe everything you hear. Follow your heart. And I look for the audience to come back and for us to touch on our next topic next time around. And anytime, and everyone take care.
All right, thanks for joining us again, for viewing, for bringing your listening ears and your viewing eyes. Thanks for joining us once again on yours and our AM Dynasty, the podcast. Appreciate you for joining us, and we will see you again. Have a great rest of your morning, evening, night, and we will see you once again on the next one. Peace, family. Thanks for joining.